Agenda-setting financial insight now with our commentary on Reuters Breaking Views. Today's top stories: why austerity madness is a serious threat to euro growth, and will the Zowie brothers be joining the boutique banking brigade? Chris Hughes joins me. Let's kick it off with Europe. Markets look to be, well, post-US yesterday, looks like we're on a bit of a down turn again. What's your take? General market sentiment in Europe, is the Eurozone crisis now back on the cards, etc., etc.?
Well, it seems that markets are realising that there is no quick fix. Okay, we've had some bailouts, but you've still got the, very serious problem of low growth and countries which need to implement some pretty serious reforms and are also under intense pressure to meet some pretty serious deficit reduction targets. Combining all that together, it looks like a sort of impossible challenge for Europe. And we had, after these enormous great liquidity operations earlier in the year, this sort of sense in the markets that essentially, special policy would sort of see us through.
But what is the alternative, Chris?
Well, there isn't an alternative, and in a way, what the markets are doing right now is right. Actually, it's holding, government's feet to the fire still and saying, look, we want to see real progress here. We're not going to just sort of go away and take the pressure off. So you've seen this big jump in Spanish yields. There's concern now about the pace of labour reform in Italy. But I think the important point to make is that it's what kind of pressure for what? If the response of European governments is, okay, well, Craig, we've got to hit some number to cut the deficit, we've got to hit a figure, a sort of psychological figure, we've got to meet our target at the expense of the economy and growth, and while ignoring real structural reform, that'd be a very bad thing. What you actually want is real acceleration and pressure on the longer-term structural reforms that are really needed. And maybe,
it's something Hugo's written about quite a bit, isn't it?
Well, it's something that we care about a lot, which is that let's not get obsessive about hitting deficit targets and ignore the really important thing, which is the structural reform. Okay. And we can allow a little bit of slippage on the deficit reduction if you see progress on what really matters.
Okay, Zowie is leaving Goldman after 21 years? I think 21 years?
I think
something like that.
He's been deal making
24 years. 24 years, I'm being told. Now, this was, of course, pre-IPO. He was a partner pre-IPO.
Yeah, I don't think we need to organise a collection for him.
His brother, of course, was at Morgan Stanley. Now, the question is, and the question you're posing, I guess in rather a light-hearted manner, is the Zowie brothers and company boutique.
Well, where do you
Quite
go?
a good place to go.
Where do you go when you're co-head of M&A at Goldman, clearly one of the sort of biggest names in M&A globally? He's had an outstanding career, he's done some amazing deals in the last boom. Anyway, actually he's one of the last deal makers from that time who's still around. Yeah. And maybe actually you can see within his career at Goldman, maybe there wasn't really anywhere else to go, and who knows whether M&A is coming back. I mean, if M&A takes a bit of time to come back, then sort of sitting around at Goldman, dealing with arguments about people's bonuses and the like isn't much fun. But if it does come back, then he could maybe go to a boutique and setting up with his brother. It's been talked about quite a lot, and it's been proven that if you go it alone and you leave one of these big firms, but you've got the name, you've got the contacts and the relationships with the board level relationships, the trust of CEO and chairman around the world and in Europe, you really could actually you could do very, very well. But if there's no M&A boom, well, I think he'll be able to find things to do with his money.
All right, Chris, thanks for that. Chris Hughes. For more agenda-setting insight, do watch our US Breaking Views show. That comes on every day at 12:30 Eastern, 17:30 GMT. You can find all of the Breaking Views shows, of course, on Reuters.com and the Breaking Views website. I'm Axel Threlfall. This is Reuters.